Good morning, DMV. Angie Ann's checking in with you, and I've got a very special guest. My mom is so excited about this guest. I told her it was a surprise. I didn't even tell her who it was. I just said, Mom, just tune in and listen, because my mother texted me when she saw this young lady on a very popular show known as The Voice, and she said, Ange, there's this girl from Bowie, Maryland named Tamara Jade, and she just got all four judges to turn around for her. And I said, let me go ahead and get her on this show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Tamara Jade. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you, Mama. Shout out to the moms. Always look out. Every time I go, my mom be like, look, this is my daughter. Pull your mask down and show them your face. I'm like, hi.
Yeah. No, that's how they do. My mom is always, listen, my mom watches all these shows. So it's kind of like when Malik Dope Drummer was on America's Got Talent, she texted me about that. So anybody that's from this area that makes it on these big platforms, that makes it on these shows, she's always like, you gotta talk about them. You gotta mention them and give them some love. Yeah, because people gotta vote for you all and keep you guys going. So it's important that we shine a little light on the home team, right?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Mama. Shout out to you, girl. Let me send you a t-shirt or something.
Exactly. So Tamara, let's talk about it, man. Listen, your performance was unbelievable on The Voice. Cause I Love You. You performed Lizzo's very popular song, which we're going to get into that. Tell me a little bit about like what your expectations were going into The Voice and why you decided to audition.
I've been on this working musician and artistic journey for about 20 years now, and I really broke out to the artist journey about 4 years ago. And so every step of the way has kind of been a stepping stone to the next and to the next and to the next. And so with this whole pandemic and quarantine happening, it seemed like the perfect time to really launch deeply into the artistic side and who I want to be outside of just, the working musician that's a background singer and the working musician that's a touring supporting vocalist. And so when this opportunity came up, it was kind of like, I decided to jump on it. And actually before the pandemic hit, I was scheduled to be on tour this summer with Corey Henry and the Funk Apostles, and we were opening for Lenny Kravitz's summer tour.
Dope.
So, if it hadn't happened the way that it did, I would have had to choose between auditioning for the show and going on tour. And I'm not sure what I would have picked because, it depended on what my bank account was saying.
Okay.
But, so when the opportunity came up, it seemed like fate. It seemed like the right decision, the right time to really just go full speed ahead. And that's what I did.
Yeah. Now you had to have known, like, just off of your vocal ability that you were going, at least one of them judges was going to turn around. Were you expecting all four though?
I worked for all four. I manifested all four. Like I said it so many times, like a few other contestants, we just kept saying 4 chairs, 4 chairs, 4 chairs, and I wanted to pick a song and deliver it in a way that would give all four of them something different that they could connect with and that they could see that they could coach. And so my goal was like, I like to give this analogy, and this might age me a little bit, but Pepe Le Pew, how his stench used to like come around and like tap people on the shoulder or whatever. And so that was my goal. Like, okay, well, their backs are turned to me. So I need my voice to reach around those chairs and tap them on the shoulder and say, turn around and see who this girl is. Yeah. And so I'm a huge believer of speaking and believing what it is that you want. And that's what I wanted. And so when that first line came out, that was the goal. Like in the first line, as many people as you can get to turn around, get them to turn around so that you can then perform after that and it not be so heavily an audition because I'm a performer. So that's home.
Yeah.
So that's really what the goal was. And we did it.
And you did that. Kelly Clarkson was the first one to turn her chair around, and she was like overly excited about you. And then John Legend quickly turned his chair around. And I noticed like hesitance on Blake and Gwen Stefani's in there when I'm watching it. I noticed they're listening, and I know they know you're incredible, but it seemed like they had a little hesitance turning around. Eventually they did, and they kind of explained it all. So like when the judges are kind of fighting for you to accept one of them as your coach, what type of pressure do you have? And like, how did you come up? How did you make your conclusion, come up with your decision as far as a coach? Or did you know already, like if this particular person turns around, it's automatic?
I mean, a little bit from column A, a little bit from column B. So I went into it knowing who would on paper be the most compatible fit for me, right? That like each of the coaches has a specialty of genre.
Yeah.
Right? You have a country artist, you have a crossover country pop artist, you have a pop rock artist, and then you have an R&B soul pop artist, right? And so as a soul artist, on paper, it made sense for me to go with a person like John Legend. And he is the only one of all four of them who I've seen perform live multiple times.
Yeah.
And so I already was really excited for him to hopefully turn around. But I did also keep an open mind in that moment. And if the struggle you see was real, I really was trying to decide between him and Kelly, because I was like, well, you know, they both could help me. They both could really help me do well in this competition. But for me, it really boiled down to who could help me and give me information, feedback, critique, coaching that would reach beyond this competition. If my goal is to, in fact, be an artist for the long haul and not just for the course of this competition.
Absolutely. We're talking to Tamara Jade. She did her thing on The Voice. She is well on her way. Now, we can't talk about all that's to come in The Voice. We got to tune in and watch weekly.
Watch it.
So we got to watch you. We'll definitely be watching you. But I can't go on without giving a shout out to gorgeous Prince George's County. Shout outs to
Pretty Girl County.
That's right. You are representing and a graduate of Suitland High School. Is that correct?
That is correct. 2007.
Nice. So you're a proud Ram. So I assume you were part of the fine art. We know Suitland has an awesome fine arts program. So tell us a little bit about your experience at high school and just how you got to this point, right? Because you've had an incredible journey thus far.
Absolutely. So my family is Caribbean. But we are all very musical, and I like to think like we all kind of touched a piece of all of the performing arts areas. So my mom is a graduate of Duke Ellington School for the Arts, class of 1980, I think, and my brother is a graduate of Baltimore School for the Arts, class of 2001. And so as far as I knew at that time, those were the only two schools I knew of. But I had an aunt who at the time worked at Suitland, and so we went to visit, and my dad was looking around like, you want to go here? Because mind you, I'm from Bowie, so it's a whole different side of town for us.
Come on, bougie Bowie. Okay.
Bougie Bowie indeed. But my little suburban cul-de-sac Enterprise Estate self was like, I love it here, Daddy. Like I felt like I was like on the set of Fame or something. And I will say that Suitland High School is the place that I really found my tribe. And I wasn't just like the girl who could sing anymore at all of my schools. And, you know, I was the person they would always call to sing at the events and stuff. But now I was in this environment where everybody was exceedingly talented at everything, because it wasn't at the time just the performing arts program, visual performing arts, but it was university high school. So you had people there for finance and, you know, nursing and all kind of stuff. So it was just this high level of artistic creativity. And it really was the place where I got the foundational skills for music and for the craft. And I studied classical music really heavily there. And, it's kind of where it all started. I love Suitland High School. Fun fact, my best friend Orlando Dixon and I, who was also on season 4 of The Voice, created the school song that the kids currently still sing. It is Go-Go-tized. And we have a Go-Go school song that we made together. And
I love it.
I don't even know that we created that 15 years ago just because we wanted to do something fun.
Can you give me a little taste of it for those who may not have heard it?
I can't sing right now per the contract, so y'all got to just tune in.
I figured I'd ask. Just because.
I wish I could. If you ask me this next year or early next year, I got you.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to it. This is being recorded, so yes. I'm gonna run that tape back.
You have my word.
Tamara, congratulations on everything. It's so exciting to see, again, somebody from the hometown doing their thing, representing, getting your just due. And before I let you go, the song you sang, "Cause I Love You" by Lizzo, is a special song. Can you tell people your kind of connection with Lizzo?
Yes, so "Cause I Love You" is indeed a really special song to me because I had the opportunity last year to perform at the MTV VMAs with her. And if you go back and roll the tapes, you will see me down front with her in the final shots. And it was one of the most amazing, it was a gig at first, but it ended up being just like this life-changing experience that set me free in a way that really allowed me to perform in the fullness of who I am and not try to only meet the expectations of what other people look at me and think that I should or shouldn't be doing. So
Yeah.
the result of that is what you guys see in the video. In the blind audition is a freedom that I would like to contribute to that experience, attribute to that experience. And I love Lizzo. I love her music. I love her personality. She's amazing. She's really smart, a fantastic musician, and gave me one of the greatest opportunities to date that I have. And I look forward to even bigger, better, larger stages,
Nice.
and hopefully, alongside her at some point.
Nice. Well, Tamara, congratulations. We're gonna be following you, and if it's cool, I'd love to get some regular check-ins to see, how you're doing week to week
I
or
would
here and
love
there.
that. Let's do it.
Okay, awesome. And let everybody know how they can already, because you already got your music out there. So
I do.
tell us about it.
Absolutely. Tamara Jade Music, Tamara Jade Music on all social media platforms and on all digital streaming platforms. Tamara Jade. My album is called Self Aware, and I did put out a single this year. So I'm really excited. Go ahead, check it out. Let me know what you think. And watch the show tonight. Is this airing tomorrow?
Yes, it'll be tomorrow.
Okay, yeah. So watch the show tonight. Check in about what you missed last night if you didn't check in, and keep watching all season and hang with me as long as I'm in it.
There it is. And how do we follow you on socials? Is you're on social media? Are you Tamara Jade Music too?
Tamara Jade Music everywhere.
Okay. Well, Tamara, congratulations. Looking forward to continuing to watch you flourish. And thank you so much for being a part of the show this morning.
Thank you for having me.
You want to give any shout outs? Because your mom and them, everybody listening. So you might as well just kick a couple shout outs to the Suitland Rams, whoever. Go for it.
Yes, Suitland Rams, shout out to you. Also, shout out to all the teachers. I used to be a teacher here in DC, KIPP DC. So all the teachers that are hanging in there doing the virtual school thing, I just, if you're listening before you go to work, hang in there. I am fully in support of you. And everybody else, DMV, I love you. PG County girl all day, hanging with me this season on NBC's The Voice.
There it is. And that's the end of that interview. Thank you so much for the time, Tamara. I appreciate it.
I'm such a fan. I'm like, when she was like, I think I have a radio interview with him, I was like, who is it with? Is it with Angie?
No, thank you for that. I appreciate it. I'm excited for you, and I'm looking forward to what you're gonna do. Thank you so much, Tamara. I appreciate the time.
Thank you.
All right, good luck with everything. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
All right, bye.